All right, guys, so I want to give you a little bit of a walkthrough for potential red flags to look for when you're shopping and looking for loops and samples to use in TV, film, music licensing productions, right? So for commercial use of samples. This was a website that was brought to me by one of my students. He had emailed me. He had purchased some sound packs from this website and then asked the owner, hey, by the way, I didn't see any end user license agreement. Can I use these in TV, film, commercial use? What am I allowed to do with this? And the owner came back and said, you have to basically change up the samples. You can't use any of them in isolation, which is fairly standard. Most sound packs and libraries don't want you to basically just throw in a loop and then try to get that placed commercially. But then he said afterwards, you are not to use these in TV, film libraries as that could cause many issues. So basically, in email, he's letting this producer know, no, you can't use these in the TV, film world. So I'm not going to give this website any free publicity or let you guys know what the URL is or anything like that. This is just meant to be an instructional video. So, and again, I don't know the backstory of this company. They may have completely legit samples that they completely created on their own, and they're just not able to give you that commercial license for their own, purposes, whatever those reasons might be. But I'm going to walk you through this website and the things you should be looking for on a potential website. And this is why it's so important to make sure you're vetting who you're getting your samples from and why you should go with really reputable companies that have been around for a long time and obviously just have a good reputation of giving you commercially available loops and samples, okay? So there's tons of sound packs you can go through and check out all these things. So I just clicked on one just to see, what I'd find out. And I basically found out, as you read through the description, it just kind of tells you, what inspired it and all that kind of stuff. And then it says at the end, 100% royalty free, but nothing about commercial use. And I'm kind of looking through this page and I'm, not seeing anything about an end user license agreement. I even added it to the cart to see what would pop up. I go to checkout, and there's a sound kit that's up here. But again, nothing's popping up here. There's nothing to click on to find out what are the terms. Now on the bottom of the page, there is this little click here. I'm going to hide their actual URL here. But if you click on terms of use, this is what pops up. Nothing. There are no terms of use showing up on this website. And then privacy policy, nothing. So this website's not even complete yet, all right? If you don't have terms of use and a privacy policy on your website and you're selling and you're doing commerce online, you're not a serious business yet, or at least this is a major thing that you've overlooked and you haven't included some really important things into your website. So this, to me, is a potential huge red flag. And even if it's completely legit and they're making their own samples, let's just even give them that, they're not giving you that end user license agreement anywhere on their website, right? It's not on the terms of service. It's not in the actual, when you add it to your cart, when you preview the sounds, they're not even giving you that. So you're really rolling the dice if you're going to buy from a website like this. Again, could be great, could work out awesome for you, but if you're unsure, if the website doesn't show you this really valuable and crucial information before you make your purchase, I would email and reach out to them firsthand. I would honestly, personally, just not do business with people like this, just because this one particularly, it doesn't seem like their website's even ready to go yet, right? You don't have the crucial elements ready to go if you're going to be doing business with people, okay? So they're not even protecting themselves against potential lawsuits because they don't have any terms up there. And when they just say royalty free, well, a lot of producers who don't understand the sort of difference between royalty free and commercial use might just download all these samples and think, oh, great, like I'm going to now have all these great samples to use in TV, film. And the owner of this website, or whoever runs their customer service, said, no, you will have big issues if you submit this to TV, film, music libraries. It's nowhere mentioned on any of their, anywhere on the website. Big red flag, okay? Big potential problem for you. That's why I say, look for that end user license agreement. Make sure you have that clear before you purchase the samples you get. But even if, let's say this owner just suddenly now puts up an end user license agreement. Does that mean that they now have given you actual clearance, like legal clearance to use these samples commercially? Well, they've typed up an end user license agreement, or probably they'll copy and paste one from somebody else, right? But those are just words on a Word document. That doesn't magically give you clearance to use these samples, okay? That's why going with reputable companies that have been around for a long time that you know have a history in the industry of giving those sort of samples is the way to go. You got to make sure you're going with really reputable people. You know, websites like this, they actually have great artwork, and everything's kind of laid out in a nice sort of professional manner. But this is actually easy to put together. This is really, these days with these e-commerce sites that you can put up a web store, you know, within an hour basically, this stuff's really not that hard to put together. So do your research, make sure you know who you're doing business with, who you're working with. And again, I'm not going to assume that there's something, you know, scandalous going on with this website, but I'm not getting that sort of ease of heart and of mind that I'm going to be getting protected samples and commercially available samples from a presentation like this. So I just wanted to make this quick video to share this insight with you. I really appreciate the student that brought this to my attention, because this is a learning example for those of you that are, you know, just getting now started in TV, film, music licensing. If you've just been making beats for artists or for yourself or just putting stuff online, you probably haven't had to think too much about this. You've probably been just thinking more about just getting cool samples and beats. And obviously, if you're using copyrighted stuff, you've probably been copy flagged, and your videos and your music has probably been taken down by people. But this is just the stuff that you have to do as a professional music producer moving forward into your licensing career. So I hope you guys find this really instructional and valuable.